There's an energy in the Zodiac that doesn't scream for attention. It's soft, deep, and incredibly powerful in ways most people can't explain. This is the energy of Pisces, the dreamer, the final sign. And here is their fundamental secret. They're not here to chase. They're here to attract. In this video, we are decoding the 15 sacred words that form the divine framework for Pisces, a blueprint for attracting love, abundance, and purpose simply by embodying their true nature. My name is Anya Sage, and I translate these cosmic codes into practical power. And the code for Pisces is the most magnetic of all. We're going to explore all 15, but I need you to listen closely, because number 2 will leave you speechless. It is absolutely not what you expect. I know, that's a bold claim, and I promise you, we will get to that astonishing reveal of number 2. But first, let's be absolutely clear. Whether you believe in astrology or not, you've likely felt it, that undeniable pull to the Pisces energy. There's a reason they draw people in, a quality that feels almost divine. This isn't an accident. It's by design. The 15 words we're about to explore are not just a list. Think of them as the sacred architecture of the Piscean soul. It's their divine blueprint for attracting love, abundance, and purpose, not by chasing, but simply by being. And as we begin this journey, I want our connection to be real. Take a moment right now, go down to the comments and share your zodiac sign and your birth date if you feel comfortable. I genuinely love reading every single one and seeing our community of seekers connect in one place. It's powerful. All right, are you ready? Let's begin decoding that blueprint. We'll start with the very foundation of Pisces' power, their unshakable inner world. This inner world isn't chaos, it's a cathedral, a sacred internal architecture that provides the very foundation of their power. This is our first pillar, the Cathedral of the Self, and it's built upon 4 divine cornerstones. The first of these is word number 15, faith. For Pisces, faith isn't a desperate hope, it's a state of being. It's the profound, bone-deep trust in the unseen, the quiet certainty that the universe is benevolent and intelligent. It is the dark, fertile soil that doesn't need to see the seed to know the flower is coming. This isn't blind belief, it's a higher sight. Because of this unshakable faith, they are gifted with word number 14, intuition. Intuition is the signal that travels through the system grounded in faith. It's their divine compass, their direct line to the cosmos. While others are looking for external maps, Pisces is listening to internal guidance. Their gut feelings aren't random, they are data points from a higher dimension. But how does this guidance arrive? It speaks through the language of word number 11, dreams. Dreams for Pisces are not just random neurological firings. They are nightly letters from the soul, coded messages, strategic briefings from the universe. They are the stained glass windows of their inner cathedral, through which divine light pours in, painting the path forward in symbols and feelings. To hear the intuition and decode the dreams, however, requires the most undervalued tool of all. Word number 3, silence. In a world screaming for attention, Pisces understands that all divine truth is spoken in a whisper. Silence is the sacred space within their cathedral. It's the practice of quieting the noise of the world so they can hear the voice of their soul. Faith builds the structure, intuition points the way, dreams provide the map, and silence is the air they need to breathe it all in. This is their unshakable core. But this profound inner world is not a fortress designed to keep others out. It is a power source designed to build a bridge. This brings us to the second pillar, the empathic bridge, the architecture of their legendary connection to others. This bridge is built with word number 13. Empathy for Pisces is more than just feeling sorry for someone. It is the act of walking right up to the door of another person's soul and simply being present with it. They don't need to knock. They just feel the grain of the wood, the temperature of the handle. They understand the feeling of that door without even having to open it. And if they do need to enter, they have been given word number 10, sensitivity. Now, society has tragically mislabeled this as a weakness. It is not. Sensitivity is the master key, a divine instrument cut with such precision that it can unlock another person's heart without force, without damage. It's their emotional radar, scanning the room and understanding the complex web of feelings that others are either hiding or are not even aware of themselves. And once that door is open, once they are inside, they deploy word number 8, compassion. Compassion isn't trying to fix people. It's the instinct to sit with them in the dark, hold their hand, and validate their pain until they remember their own light. It is the ultimate healing frequency. And all of this, the empathy, the sensitivity, the compassion, is powered by their core essence. Word number 12, love. Pisces doesn't just give love. In their highest expression, they are love. It's the very atmosphere they generate, a safe harbor where others feel seen, heard, and accepted, flaws and all. They create a home in themselves for others to rest. This is their magnetic superpower. So they have this deep inner cathedral and this unbreakable bridge to others. How does this translate to the real world of purpose and abundance? That is our third pillar, the river of creation. This is how their internal reality shapes their external world. It begins with word number 7, imagination. For Pisces, imagination isn't idle fantasy, it's soul vision. It's the ability to access the blueprint of what wants to be created. They see the painting before the canvas is bought. They hear the song before the first note is played. They are visionaries of the heart. This powerful imagination makes them a natural conduit for word number 6, inspiration. Pisces doesn't have to try to be inspiring. When they are aligned with their inner world, they become inspiration. They are a living permission slip for others to dream. They become the muse, the channel, the divine anomaly that reminds everyone else of the magic they've forgotten. Their presence alone can spark a creative fire in anyone they meet. And the state that allows this entire river to flow effortlessly is word number 9, peace. Piscean peace is not the absence of problems. It is the presence of a profound inner stillness amidst the problems. It's a deep, calm current that runs beneath the choppy surface of life. This inner peace is a broadcast frequency. It calms nervous systems. It de-escalates conflict. It attracts opportunities and resources to them without them ever having to chase, because the world is desperately drawn to the frequency of genuine tranquility. These 3 pillars, the cathedral of the self, the empathic bridge, and the river of creation, form the bedrock of the Piscean soul. They are the source of their quiet power. But you may be thinking, that's all beautiful, but what about the parts that are truly painful? What about that sensitivity we talked about? These are merely the foundations. The most misunderstood and most powerful gifts God gave to Pisces are yet to come, and they hold the key to turning their greatest vulnerability into their most unbreakable strength. But let's be honest. Before we talk about strength, we have to address the pain. I can practically hear the question echoing in the minds of every Pisces, every sensitive soul watching this. Anya, this all sounds beautiful, But isn't all this empathy, this deep feeling, just a weakness? A fatal flaw? Doesn't it just mean you get hurt more easily? That you're the one who's always taken advantage of? Doesn't it just leave you feeling drained, raw, and utterly exhausted by a world that feels too loud and too sharp? And here is the unvarnished truth. That feeling is real, but it is not a sign of a flaw. It is the sign of your greatest test. It's the pressure that forges the diamond. This is the divine crucible designed for the Piscean soul, because the final, most powerful words God gave to you are not just poetic gifts. They are strategic tools. They are the divine technology to answer this exact challenge. They hold the alchemy to turn that sensitivity from a vulnerability into your most formidable superpower. And the key, the very first step in that transformation, well, it begins with the one you've been waiting for. The alchemy begins with a single sacred act of release. It starts with word number 5, forgiveness. Now let's be strategic about this. This isn't the soft, turn the other cheek forgiveness you've been taught. For a Pisces, forgiveness is not a moral obligation. It is a tactical necessity. It is psychic hygiene. You absorb everything. The joy, yes, but also the bitterness, the resentment, the thoughtless barbs. Without a system for release, your sacred inner well becomes a toxic swamp. Forgiveness is the release valve. It's the conscious decision to not let someone else's poison become your own. It is the act of declaring, your energy has no jurisdiction here. Because when you release that bitterness, you don't just clear the air, you clear the channel. And that clear channel is what makes the next word possible. Word number 4 is magic. Again, we are not talking about fantasy. We are talking about physics, the physics of the soul. Magic is the state of natural alignment that occurs when your inner world is so pure, so coherent, that the outer world has no choice but to reflect it. It's when your intuition, unclouded by resentment, becomes flawlessly predictive. It's when your dreams, unburdened by past hurts, start blueprinting your reality. This isn't pulling rabbits from hats. This is the universe rearranging itself to match your frequency. For a Pisces living in a state of forgiveness, miracles are not the exception. They are the new normal. They are simply the logical outcome of a life lived in perfect, magical alignment. But even with a heart purified by forgiveness and a life powered by magic, the core challenge remains. The question we asked, how do you stop that profound sensitivity from being a wound, a liability? How do you make it an unbreakable, operational strength? We've been building to this from the very first second of this video. The word I told you would leave you speechless. The keystone that locks your entire divine architecture into place. The active principle that turns this whole system on. Word number 2 is devotion. This is it. This is the answer. Raw sensitivity is like water. Beautiful, essential, life-giving. But without a vessel, it spills everywhere. It evaporates. It gets muddied. It follows the path of least resistance. It can feel like a curse. Devotion is the vessel. It is the riverbed that channels the vast water of your empathy into a powerful, life-changing force. It's not just loyalty to a person. It is wholehearted commitment to a purpose, to an ideal, to a path. It is the conscious choice to pour your infinite feeling into a container that gives it shape, direction, and immense power. Think of a hydroelectric dam. The water's power is only realized because it is contained and directed. Devotion is what does that for your soul. It takes the passive, receptive nature of your sensitivity and gives it an active, unwavering mission. Your love is no longer just a feeling. It becomes a lighthouse. Your empathy is no longer just a vulnerability. It becomes a healing instrument. This is how your sensitivity becomes a superpower. It is not just felt, it is channeled with purpose. Devotion is what makes a Pisces love feel so safe. It is what makes their presence so grounding. It is not a fleeting emotion, it is a fundamental decision. It is the heartbeat of their soul, steady and true. And when you embody this, when you live in a state of forgiveness, alignment, and unwavering devotion, you become the final word, the ultimate truth, the pinnacle of your power. Word number 1 is mystery. This is not the mystery of a locked box. It is not about being secretive, distant, or unknowable. It is the mystery of the ocean. It is the awe you feel staring at a galaxy, knowing you are seeing something beautiful, vast, and fundamentally infinite. A Pisces who has mastered their nature is mystery in human form. Their depth is not a wall, it's a gravitational pull. People are drawn to you not because they want to figure you out. That's impossible, and it's not the point. They are drawn to you because they sense the universe you hold within. They feel the echoes of ancient wisdom in your silence. They see the glimmer of unseen worlds in your eyes. They aren't here to be solved. They're here to be experienced. That is your ultimate magnetic power. So, let's put it all together. This is the divine formula. Your forgiveness keeps your heart pure. Your magic makes your intentions manifest. Your devotion gives your love unbreakable structure. And your mystery makes you unforgettable. It makes you eternal. So after all this, after all these grand ideas, what does it all really boil down to? What is the one truth I need you to carry with you, long after this video ends? It's this. Please remember this. Pisces is not here to be figured out. They are here to be felt. That is your permission slip from the universe. You don't have to explain your depths to people who only want to skim the surface. You don't have to justify your feelings or translate your silence for a world that moves too fast to listen. Your very presence is the message. Your existence is the point. You just have to be. And in that state of just being, you become a law of nature. These 15 words we've explored: faith, intuition, devotion, mystery. They aren't a checklist of tasks. They are facets of a single divine essence that is you. Your work was never to do more, but to simply be more of who you already are at the deepest level. Because when you finally embody your nature, you stop chasing. The world begins to chase you. Love, purpose, and true abundance are not prizes to be won. They are the natural consequences of your alignment. They are drawn to the gravity of your authentic self. So see these words not as a lesson, but as a mirror reflecting the sacred magnetic power that has been yours all along. If this conversation resonated deep in your soul, give this video a like. Your energy helps it find the others who need to hear this message. And for more deep dives into the real magic of the Zodiac, subscribe and be sure to hit that bell. Honestly, these conversations can be sensitive and sometimes get flagged. Subscribing is the best way to ensure you don't miss what's coming next.